our second monthly town hall. For those of you in the EU, Asia, outside of North America, we scheduled this second monthly town hall to be accommodating to all of our time zones as much as possible in the Decentraland community. So hopefully, I heard there's a few people that are here who aren't always able to make it. So welcome. We're happy to have you here. We will run through an agenda going through updates from the core units, starting with the DAO committee. And at the end, have time for an open forum. As always, the normal requests for mutual respect and constructive engagement with each other throughout this process, in our town hall and in general in our community, as we engage on Discord forums, but particularly here today. And please do mute your microphones when not talking so we avoid getting background noise. And we are going to take it away, starting off with an update from our DAO committee. Yamel, are you here?
Hello, Matt, I'm here.
Wonderful.
Thank you for that. So welcome everyone. Thank you for having me here. So a short update on the DAO committee. I believe the most important thing to mention is there is an open call to add a new committee member. Here is the link. We already received. I published it just after the last town hall happened, and we received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 applications so far, and the ending date is tomorrow. So if anyone else wants to be interviewed and go through the process to be part of the DAO committee, please send your application by tomorrow. Next week with HP, we will be interviewing the different candidates. I received some message about how should I prepare for the interview. I think the interview will be more going through who you are and the experience you have with blockchain and sending transactions and what's your backgrounds and skills. We want to make sure that if we're adding one more member to the committee at this point is to ensure that we can work well together. That refers to time zones, for example, and also you have the experience to verify a transaction on a Gnosis safe, or you understand the underspinning of blockchain, so you can send transactions and verify transactions in the name of the organization. And after that, we will filter out those we think that are really best suited for the position, and then we will open it to a community vote to elect the new member. So that's the process we have in mind. Other than that, we continue issuing transactions. Toby is asking if that's it do tomorrow. Yeah, you can send it tomorrow, the very end of the day. So other things that we have been issuing transactions as normal, processing grants and invoice as usual. No surprises so far. Regarding proposals, there are many proposals. The community was very active this week talking about the grants and everything. I believe other departments or the facilitation squad may talk about this. I believe it's an important point that the community gets together and go through the important topics of the DAO. Other thing to mention is the foundation is holding some AMAs. This week was the second one. They are doing one per week. So if you are interested in joining, please do it. I'm sure the grant facilitation squad is going to, grant support squad is going to talk about this more. Yeah, well, thank you so much. I don't have much other details to go through. So I can pass it along to Matimio.
Thank you, Yamel, and excited to see how the process for the DAO committee progresses. And yes, if anyone has any questions about that process, reach out to us in the DAO Discord and get moving because that deadline is coming up. From our side and the DAO facilitation squad, we are really working over these next few months towards the end of our first term on a streamlining and formalizing a process for the working groups. As we've seen around the grants framework discussions over the past weeks and months, having a constructive and established channel for collective discussion, deliberation, and decision making is a key element for maintaining coherence and community connectivity for our DAO. So we're really working with the other core units and the grant support squad to come up with and formalize this process for how an issue becomes, a proposal effectively, and how we work on it together. We've had a pre-proposal poll that has already been passed for this process, and we're looking at frameworks to make it so it can be facilitated both by community members as well as facilitation squad members. So it's a semi-autonomous framework that can be initiated by community members or unit members, depending on the issue and the ability of stakeholders to kind of push forward the group on their own. So if there's people who are interested or have experience in this area in general, in collective decision making, in working groups, and in policy, please do reach out in the Discord or send me a message. We would love inputs here as well. And also, we'll pass this off to Fractalian for updates on our DAO communications.
Hi there. Can everybody hear me?
Yes,
okay,
we can.
Cool. Sorry, I always have to check. Hi, welcome everybody. I'm glad I woke up early. So, yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little update of what we've been working on in terms of strategic comms. I don't know if I can I do a little announcement about our upcoming monthly pulse? Is that okay, Matamio?
Yes,
Cool.
yes, please.
Yes, that's going to be our if for those of you who saw last month monthly pulse, we have various features, and for my portion, I did another interview for the creator series portion. I interviewed Sean Org, the founding member of Decentraland VR client team. So if you've been dreaming of seeing Decentraland in VR, you're not going to want to miss this interview. And also a shout out to Tobik, who's here. And if you're inspired after watching this interview, definitely go check out his amazing video on how to download and install the Decentraland VR app for Quest 2. And also in regards to other comms, I've been working on kind of a strategic plan for our comms and working more closely with Foundation as well and the Grant Support Squad. And on Twitter, as I think most of you guys have seen, keeping up with community updates, event updates, DAO Core updates, town hall recordings, AMA updates, a whole list of things on there. And also be sure to check out our YouTube channel. Again, our interview for Creator Series will be there. We have over 7 different playlists, and soon we'll have about 25 different videos that we've uploaded there. And the categories range from creator series, wearable creation, our town hall recordings, and also the recent AMA recordings that have been done with Foundation have been are up there. They're excellent as well. And we also are showcasing IRL events from the community and Foundation feature updates as well. And another thing with in-world meetups, this week we won't have one, but from now on we're also going to be opening up. I'm working on a little doc that both grantees and community members can submit to be featured in our in-world meetups that happen after Town Hall. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I guess I'll pass it back to you. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy our publication coming out. Pass it on to you, Madam.
Thanks, Fractillion.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and we'll send that out right after the meeting today. It will come out on Mirror, where we have a Decentraland DAO journal, so to say. And just one little addition that we're going to be doing is, particularly as we've seen some back and forth in general channel over the past weeks and months, we thought that it was very important to establish sort of a more regular forum for communication between community members and the facilitation squad, as well as just have facilitated communications with us involved. So we're going to be opening weekly facilitation hours on Fridays starting in December. And we're likely going to do this in world as we start sort of trying to transition into more embodied governance and experiences with each other. So we'll be using, a combination of Discord, voice chat for just stability of the voice, as well as sort of in-world gatherings with ourselves in Decentraland to host these facilitation hours. So hopefully that's both productive and fun, and gives us some, different experiences with each other, discussing governance and discussing community issues with our avatars and with each other in a more quote unquote embodied form. So we're really looking forward and excited to that, and to seeing people in world to experience our governance. And over the medium term, one of our major objectives is to really start to create in-world governance pathways for engagement, for voting and things like this. So we'll be talking as amongst ourselves, as well as with community, about how we can achieve this, and looking forward to potentially putting together a grant in the future for in-world, an advanced in-world governance portal and or build. So keep on the lookout for those facilitation hours starting December, and we really look forward to seeing everyone in world. And for typically we have an update from the grants, the governance squad, the DAP squad. For the squad today, we have no major updates coming from them. I'll note that Gino made a post in the Discord, surrounding some new features they're testing out. And Gino, I'll just give you an opportunity if you want to jump in. Actually, otherwise we can move along.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay, good, wonderful.
Okay, first of all, happy Thanksgiving for everyone celebrating it. Second, I just participated in a test that the foundation just ran regarding some major improvements to the voice chat. So I would say that we are pretty close to having an in-world, I don't know, town hall or meetup or wherever, because the voice chat is getting way better. So super excited to plan that in-world experience. And regarding the governance squad, yesterday we posted a link to our demos that we do every time we release or we are working on some major features. I will post a link here. So for the latest demo that we recorded, we are showing two things that I think are going to be interesting. One is a Discord bot to get governance, governance-related notifications in a channel. So hopefully we will have that up and running really soon. And second, we are testing a feature that we built during a hackathon day while we were at DevCon, which is basically reacting with sentiment to parts of, like, specific parts of the proposals. That is something that is super experimental. So if you want to go there and take a look, it would be nice to have some feedback from the community regarding that, to see if that's something that we should be pursuing, shipping, if some changes are needed, or wherever. So take a look at it and leave a comment or post on Discord.
Thank you, Gino. And I'm looking forward to checking out that update. I know from what you were saying, it's a test to be able to capture some sentiment along with votes, which is really cool. And I've seen some feedback across the community at different times asking for something like that. So that's really exciting, and looking forward to checking that out. And good news regarding the voice chat. We're really excited to start hanging out in World. And that will be a big jump to doing that. We will now pass it off to our wonderful grant support squad. Take it away.
Thanks, Martino. Here's Pablo. Hi, everyone. Well, the grants are in the heart of the community of the DAO now. So we have some, maybe in the open forum we can talk more about. But today we have 3 grantees as our guests to share their progress and a little update from us. Following the discussion on the previous draft about the new committee who decides how to revoke and when grants, and based on the feedback we published yesterday, the procedure for how this new committee should be created and implemented. So, Sina, I think you can share the link. Matt, you talked about, but maybe all of you can dive in the draft. About the next Ask Me Anything with the Decentraland Foundation, the technical Ask Me Anything. The next one is on Wednesday, and the topic is Explorer. So, Sino, if you can share the Slido to submit questions, would be great for them to prepare the session. And last, the Grant Support Squad renewal proposal for the next 6 months has passed. So we'd like to really thank you all for your support, and it's a pleasure for our team to work together here with this community. So we are really excited about the next steps. Well, let's go to the grant update. First, I want to introduce the 2D Retro Client project. Here is the update from the leader of the project, Fran Tufro. Hi, Fran. Fran is in the chat, so you can talk to him. But Zino, maybe you can share the video, and then we'll continue. Zino? I cannot see the... Do you see the...
No, I don't.
Okay.
I have a problem in my computer now. I think that now you can see it.
Yes.
We need elevator music for this kind of moments, no?
Yeah.
Call.
Yes, definitely.
Hi everyone, I'm Fran from Hidden People Club, the team behind the Decentraland 2D client project. First of all, for those of you who are not familiar with the work we are doing, we are creating a 2D retro client for the Decentraland, mostly as an excuse to test how truly open the protocol is at the moment for a random developer wanting to create an experience on top of the Decentraland. I think most of you know the bad news. After a few slow months trying a lot of different things to simulate the existing scenes, we ended up abandoning the automatic 3D to 2D rendering of the scenes in favor of spending the grant money in stuff that is helpful long-term, or what we believe is helpful long-term. You can read more about this decision we made on my blog and in the latest update for the project. We are really excited though about the progress that we've been making this past month once we got unstuck from the scene runtime and whatnot. The screencast that you see is basically me working on a demo scene using the tool we created to support iterating easily. We don't have a builder for now, but the process is still simple, although laborious. But you can now edit a JSON file and the tool will compile it and hot reload it, so you can see the resulting scene pretty quickly, including any assets that you throw into the assets folder. Those are hot reloaded too. The tool also has some error handling of the JSON, so if you mess it up, forget a comma or misspelled an attribute or whatever, you'll get some helpful errors as to what failed. It's not 100% awesome, but it works for now. Our goal is to make the first release of the tool in the coming weeks. So if you're interested in helping us figure out bugs or testing the workflow in general, please reach out. You can get into our Discord channel in the DAO server, and we would love to work with you in creating some nice scenes and help in any way we can. After releasing this preview tool, we will start working on implementing the roads and also the default scenes, so we can all start walking around to DCL pretty soon. Well, I hope you're excited as we are about this project. Our vision is that of a very accessible 2D metaverse built on top of the Decentraland's infrastructure. And we would love to work on, tools for users to create amazing 2D experiences. We also hope that having us messing around will also help test and support the promise that Decentraland is doing in terms of how open and developer friendly it is in the long term. So I think that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching this and supporting our project. And yeah, we love you. Bye.
Thanks, Fran. Maybe you can share your blog here, the link of your blog here, because you are explaining the project with more details there, I think. Well, the next one will be Billy T. Coin. He has a project, the royalty-free audio clip library. He's close to the end of the grant period, so here is the update from Billy. Thank you, Billy, for being here.
Hello, this is Billy T. Coin, and this is just a little short video showcasing the current progress of my Decentraland Sound Library project. So basically I'm hosting the files on GitHub here, and the idea is that most of the things will be in MP3 format, which is the most compatible at the moment, I believe, with sound files in Decentraland builds. I'm trying to get Ogg Vorbis to work, but at the moment it does not seem to be working within the local files in Decentraland builds. So I'm going to mostly be ignoring that for now. So we'll just go into MP3 format, and we have some Atmos here, just some ambience sounds. There's a lot of music in here at the moment. We have some classical songs, which I've written there based on classical music there. Contemporary, some more modern style stuff, with some Decentraland community members have contributed to, including some stuff here as well. And then another one from a community member there. There's a few things I've created here, some horror music. So I could just pull up some of that right now if I bring up there. So I'm just using the basic standard source, audio source code there. Just object bound sound, pretty standard kind of thing. There's nothing really in medieval at the moment. We've got one sci-fi sort of track there. So that was actually what was just playing just then, was in the sci-fi audio. And there's a bunch of soundscapes which I've gotten from another community member. Just going back to what I was talking about before about Og Vorbis, I'm trying to get that to work. So instead of actually having it in the downloadable files, I've got them in the release as a streamable file. So basically, to save space inside of your build, I've set it up so you can stream it as if it was a radio. This is the actual code in my build at the moment. I'm using the stream source audio stream code, and this is a link straight to my GitHub file. So this is actually running right now, live streaming the file from GitHub. Yeah, so this is playing from that file right there, Gymnopédie number 1, glass piano. And it works quite well. The library is usable at the moment, and I've even had someone use it during Halloween, do some of the sounds. But at the moment, all I need to do is just add more content. And I think I'll be working on the medieval stuff next, and also adding more Atmos, so like crickets and stuff. It's almost summer here, so I can record some cricket sounds soon. That'll be good. And then just slowly adding more of these streamable files, and then getting the word out to people, to builders, and seeing who wants to use it, who wants to use some free music in their Decentraland builds.
Well, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Billy, for being here. Well, and we have our last update. Kevin on Earth had trouble with his videos, so he's gonna do it live. So we are all yours, Kevin. Please,
awesome.
5 minutes.
so I can share my screen now.
Yeah.
Awesome. I will keep it to 5 minutes. I'm gonna speed through this presentation, and I'm going, and so I can get into the more technical stuff. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And just keep in mind, I did make a full video. I wasn't aware of the 5-minute limitation, so I was spent this morning editing it down. And basically, the reason the video is not ready is because it's not done processing. So, if anything, if you feel like I might not get into the kind of detail I can get into, in more depth. So, if anybody has any questions, feel free. They can reach out or check out our channels and check out the update. So, I'll jump into it really quick. But of course, first, thank you to everybody in the community who's made this possible. Thank you to the DCL DAO. It's Thanksgiving in the US right now, so had to start it just with expressing my gratitude. Let's see, go next page. So the biggest issue that our team was trying to address was the high barrier for adoption. A lot of people say, why should this matter to me? Once people get an actual gaming computer, they say, well, this looks like a video game. And after they actually have some blockchain and Web3 knowledge, a lot of them say, well, this looks questionable. But we cannot question that Decentraland is on the cusp and creating and pioneering a transformational societal shift. But at the same time, we're seeing a lot of low retention from some of our biggest events, like the one we saw with Bjork, Soulja Boy, Ozzy. It was mind-blowingly amazing. The design, amazing. But it didn't even reach what Bjork can bring in a concert that she does by herself. And ultimately, what we saw is 32 million people are attending festivals in the US each year, spending $200 and $600. So why is it that we can't get more of them into our events and staying here for the long haul? And what we found is there's a lot of misinformation that's rampant, a lot of fear and uncertainty and doubt when you even Google something like Decentraland. While at the same time, the reality is that we are truly the capital of the creative economy. We have performances, networking, major brands that have adopted this platform as a place to showcase their products, and real life experiences. Even myself last year got married and clicked I do to my loving wife, Pink Bambi, in the metaverse. So I know that these experiences are going to be what really keep people around, but people aren't really seeing that. So what do users really need? They need experts who can show them where to be and how to be there. While what the creators really want are ways to connect their experiences to metaverse explorers. So how do we protect the voice of those creators in the news from reporters who might not accurately represent what is happening here in the metaverse and our culture? Well, that's the story of this presentation about building our decentralized news network, which we started in January of 2021. So we've been doing this for almost, I guess, 2 years now, a year and 11 months. Well, to sum things up, our mission is to preserve and share the history of Decentraland in the open metaverse, while bridging 1 million Web3 users through vicarious exploration alongside our metaverse experts. And now this is the journey that we've taken creatively with the support of the DAO. Really with the first goal, not even starting with the DAO. The DAO grant program didn't exist. We just had a mission of saying, let's let the world see what is really happening here. I spent $38,000 to build out the proof of concept. And this was pre-Polygon as well. So a lot of the stuff that had to get done, especially a lot of the gas transactions, if I showed you my WTF gas, you would truly say WTF. After about 5 months, we validated interest from the community with the POI, and we were the first news station to ever exist in Decentraland. We were able to then move forward and test out the cost and satisfaction around posting regularly created content. So we requested $500 from the DAO to create 10 videos over the course of 5 weeks to show the community what we were capable of doing, to validate whether or not it was something they would support. We continued forward, and in August 2021, we've requested further grant funding. So this is numerous months later, well, actually 1 month later, we came back and we requested for funds for 4 months of videos. In that span, we spent $28,000 of our own money and $1,800 of grant funding. Also another grant that was supported with only 1 vote no. We move forward to actually say, you know what, in order for us to have 7 days a week coverage, because at that time it was just me streaming 2 days a week. In order for us to have 7 days a week coverage, we need to reward other community experts who can be here and report as well. So we asked for a $5,000 grant to build out reward systems so that we could actually make wearables that we could reward where our reporters for doing 16 or 26 reports, each one on their week, on their day of the week. And that's how we started to build out this idea of a true decentralized news network, where it started with the rewards, but those rewards being for the reporters, we knew that we wanted to then make it so the community could vote. So we'd make our report token. And in order to distribute these effectively, because it was almost impossible to scale this rewards without some sort of automation. So we requested $120,000 to build out this rewards and renovate our DCL Report HQ. We had 120.
One more minute, please, Kevin.
Okay. So I will say then, I'm not going to be able to have time to go through the technical and demonstrate all these things that we built. I think I will say it's probably impossible to cover the progress of 5 different grants, over the course of 5 minutes. So I'll do my best to get through this in a quick amount of time. And if anybody wants to see the full presentation, surely that'll be available on our YouTube channel. So we got $120,000 from the DAO, and we were able to get funded ourselves. We funded $60,000 to build out over the course of one of the most bearish periods over the course of that 2-year period, as we all remember very closely. So in total, we spent $126,000 in our own capital. We raised $127,300 in grants from the DCL DAO. We were able to stream over 1,000 hours in Decentraland in the most nascent stages of this metaverse. We have over 250,000 videos on that content, and we've been able to receive positive mainstream news coverage. We've built out smart rewards community that allows us to distribute rewards for engagement on our community page, on Twitter, on Discord, as well as prevent bots, unlike any other project has. And it's you see a lot of. Okay.
I'm really sorry, but
no, go
we
ahead.
have to keep on with the town hall. Maybe you can upload the whole video on your dedicated channel here in Discord, or and you can spread the word about the project. And thank you for being here. I don't want to take much more time here in the vlog. Final reminder: if you're a grantee and you want to share the progress here in the town hall, we have the Calendly to book a slot. So I'm gonna share the link here. You can book your slot for next town halls. And thank you very much for your time, Matimio. Go on.
Thank you all for those wonderful updates. It's always a pleasure and so exciting to see the creators that we're supporting with the DAO. So thank you for the hard work and for the community for supporting these grants. And I just want to highlight, as we open up to the forum, that over the next several weeks and month, the grants framework will continue to be a core priority that we work on as a community and as core units and as the DAO committee. The grant support squad is doing everything they can to increase and maintain the effectiveness and efficiency of this program, as well as to, I should say, effectiveness, efficiency, and equity of this program, and to keep it going and get it on the right rails. So we'll be rolling out some additional conversations in the community on this over the coming weeks, starting after the holiday here, so at the beginning of December. I'd like to open this now up to the community for an open forum for discussions. And please always respect for each other. Don't take too much time on the microphone. Remember to mute yourself if you're not speaking. And we look forward to hearing you, and as we say, for you to jump into the conversation. So please, welcome to the floor, whoever would like to bring something up.
Hey, Madam, this is Chris. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Chris.
Okay, this is Chris from MetaTrekkers. I have something to say. It's not respectful. It's bad. I'm just kidding. But no, we got some good news this week from Zeno. First, I'd like to thank the grant support squad, Zeno, Paulwin, and Eurocida, and everybody involved. We got some good news from them. I didn't even know that if you get a grant, you're able to use the Decentraland DAO logo. I know it can be something so small and minor, but I think it means a lot to the grantees and the community, because like the Decentraland DAO for our projects is like our mother or father, for example. They gave birth to us, or they're supporting us. And so to be able to use the logo, I think is a good way of, giving that contribution back to them. So I was excited to hear these news. And I just hope that everybody, I think Gino sent the link inside the Decentraland DAO general chat. But I just hope that, anybody that receives a grant, just by putting that logo on, on your posters or on your events, or even inside the venue, it shows a lot. And I think it will show as a community, it'll show how we're intertwined and interconnected. So that's all I want to say. I'm just thankful for, the grant support squad and the Decentraland DAO for giving us the resources to show our interconnection with them. And then again, thank you guys as well for having this town hall during the European time zone. Even though it's very early, I'm still sleeping. But thank you guys for being considerate of people across the the continent. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris, for sharing that as well. There's some links that have been posted about when you can use the logo. And so for those who have questions, please feel free to reach out to us.
I'm Mandy. I just wanted to jump in and mention my proposal I've put through to the DAO for a grant. It is to integrate our application that we've built with Decentraland to lower the barrier of entry for people to create high quality wearables. I'm open for all questions and anything anyone wants to know, but I think this would be a great thing for the community. I've had a lot of positive feedback already from people, and there's lots of stuff to discuss around this. So yeah, happy to chat about it to anyone. And I'll post the link in the chat.
Thank you, Mandy.
Jesus Christ.
Anyone else want to jump in?
Hey, Matimio, CML here. I have a few proposals that I have been crafting regarding the grants program. Different ways I think we can level it up. There are many proposals because I am addressing different parts. PP thresholds is one. The other one is the vesting contract itself that we use. And other part is the categories you can apply to. And yeah, I have those three, and I guess the community also have been talking about budgeting and setting budgets. My question is, what would be the best way to proceed with this? Regarding a working group, should I post them as a draft? Should I post them links in the forum? Should we have a pitch day and everyone come up with their ideas and we have a space to discuss them? Yeah, I have been working on them, and I think I put a lot of thought to it. But I'm sure that more people in the community have their own ideas, and it would be nice to, we can follow up on do it all async via the governance application, or maybe we should have a space, a day and a pitch day. I don't know. What do you suggest?
Yeah, thanks for bringing this up, because I think this is a really core issue that we can all really unify around and really strengthen our working group procedures around. I know you've been working hard on these proposals. I know every unit of the core unit of the DAO has been talking about this and thinking about this, specifically the Grant Squad, and as well as the community has really been focused on this as well. And we had the recent poll from Shawnee that passed the pre-proposal stage. So I think this is a really great opportunity to create a working group around this and to do it in a structured way. So I think we should open up a specific channel in the Discord, as well as come up with some pathways for how we workshop these and ultimately move them forward into a draft proposal. So it's definitely sharing the proposals, but I think also in a constructive way of sharing, capturing feedback, and having facilitated discussions, and ultimately moving them forward into the draft proposal stage, building consensus around them. So I would love to follow up with you and talk about this process and try to put it in motion in the most constructive way possible, and even involve others in in that conversation about the best way to do these working groups, as we've been trying them out as proof of concepts so far, and we've had I'd say we have had good success with them, but having a more structured process that we follow will be really beneficial.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matimio. So let's share it and discuss how we should proceed.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'll circle back with you and we'll open up that channel for sharing.
Hey guys, it's Resonator from Meta Party. Just want to mention that Meta Party also have a proposal active right now. I'm going to put it into the chat for the stream. I'd just love to get feedback from anyone possible. I'll post that in right now.
Great.
And of course, happy Thanksgiving to anyone who's celebrating it.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I just wanted to come up here and talk about one of my more recent experiences with the Decentraland official Discord. Recently, I posted a Twitter link and was banned from the Discord. I am trying to get myself reinstated. I'm not really sure why I was, why I personally was banned, but obviously I don't believe in censorship. I think this is very important to discuss at some point, and I'm not offended. I'm not expecting anybody to, I'm happily willing to deal with this in the right way. What I do want to confront is the problem of arbitrary, the human response to personal issues. So, even if I don't like you as a person, and I don't really ever not like anybody as a person, if I don't like your actions, I guess I should say, shouldn't mean, if I call your actions out, it shouldn't mean that I get banned because I'm calling your actions out and you are a moderator of the Discord. So it's not that I'm trying to, and I see I see that everybody does have a bad day and stuff like that, but it wasn't a bad day for me. I was just posting a Twitter link, and I feel like I got banned because my free speech got banned when I was showing a vulnerability in our DAO system. It's currently happening. There is vote selling that is happening. I have more
not
than
a
enough.
vulnerability, so it was trying to almost scam users, like getting users to buy one of your NFT.
I don't have an NFT. I don't have an NFT. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You will get them a lot of money. That's not great.
Well, yes. So let's talk about this. If this is happening already, and I can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, and with circumstantial evidence as well as stuff like that, and I've presented this to the community, and no one has done anything about it. Why, when I do it, is there a problem? That's the question, and that's why I want to, because I have more than enough proof with circumstantial evidence that this is happening and this is going on, and no one's doing anything about it. But when I make a Twitter post, not even with a real NFT, just the threat of possibly making an NFT like that, I was just showing what the vulnerability is. I even put it as in, I know it's not technical, a technical vulnerability, but it is a full governance vulnerability that this can happen. Is if I make an NFT project that says, hey, you buy my NFT project for this amount, I'll transfer it in Mana. When we transfer in Mana, we have this wallet, and anybody that basically transfers me back this fungible token, I'll then vote on your grant. And that's what's happening right now with other projects. I have proof of this. And so no one's willing to do anything about that. But when I go and do it explicitly, right in the open, in front of everybody, it's a problem. So
I hear this. This is to deal with the foundation's DAO server. This is the foundation server, not the DAO server. We don't have any recourse. I don't have any recourse here in this forum. I'm happy to help facilitate a conversation with you and a discussion around this. I can't say it's going to go anywhere. I don't have any forum there, but I am happy to facilitate a conversation about that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But let's talk about the issue of let's confront the issue about vote selling. Then, that is part of the DAO, and that's the reason I got banned from the official Decentraland server. So or official Decentraland Discord. I apologize. And so the real problem is the fact that this is happening behind the scenes, but when I bring it and do it explicitly, it's a problem. I'm gonna be direct here, and I'm just gonna take this forum. Is I find the way that you approach a lot of your issues in the DAO Discord in particular to be also problematic and to be a little bit too aggressive and abrasive. So I think if you went about these issues in different ways, we might be able to have a more constructive. I can go through. I can go through the chat. I can go through the chat. I can go through the chat and go through it where I find the way that you engage to be great. So I think that the way we can have constructive conversation is much better. And that if you do that, the conversation would be more conducive and more engaged. And I would be happy to have a facilitated conversation around this. No, I don't think that's the problem. I don't think that's the problem. I actually do, because I do a lot of questioning, and I'm not here to attack people. I'm here to attack the problem. And the problem is most people find
I think the way you go about attacking the problem, Tunamun, I think the way you go about attacking the problem is making it very personal to people. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
Okay. No. So the problem is, I think that most of my tactics are not conservative, but that's the whole point of being decentralized, is having everybody has their own tactics. And if I have to follow the same tactics, then why isn't this in a rule? Why isn't there a procedure for there's no procedure right now. So everything you're saying and how I'm going about it, there's no procedure against it. So you can't.
We're talking about.
Stop! Don't interrupt me.
Hey, don't raise your voice. You got to give me a chance to talk too.
I'm talking. I was going to give you a chance to talk. Can I finish? Thank you. So the issue is there is no procedure set up, and you guys are pointing at the problem as me, when the problem is there is no procedure, and you guys are against the way I'm acting, but there's no procedure in the way to act. And with that point, I thought this was decentralized.
Sir, there's no procedure. There's no procedure in the way to act. There is rules. There's talking about mutual respect. You border on those rules consistently. We don't need a procedure for human interaction here. Decentralization has many meetings. Okay, you focus on decentralization as making it so there's no centralized power. People think about decentralization in very different ways. For me, decentralization very much means about how we circulate power, how we move power, how centralized power moves between different points at different points in time. Now, if there's procedural issues in the DAO, I think we all know that we have procedural issues. We are governing a moving target here. We are moving from a centralized institution to a decentralized institution through a process of progressive decentralization. There's hiccups and there's road bumps on the way, and that's going to happen. And we do not need human procedures for interacting with each other with mutual respect. And that is all that I am asking in the Discord channel. Sir, I'm talking too. Please don't interrupt me. I gave you that. And I stopped it and I let you speak. So I'm going to say we can go through it. I'm happy to have a conversation with you outside of this town hall forum. I'm going to close up this town hall now. And I'm happy to follow up and speak to you afterwards. Yes. Okay. Everyone. Well, this is what these are here for, and happy to continue this conversation. And if there's anyone else who would like to jump in and say something before the end of the town hall, please do so.
Hi, everybody. I'm Metaverse Freak from MetaC team. First of all, I want to shout out to DCL DAO and to my friends, MetaTrackers, Depcraft here, Tobic I see. So thank you guys, and let it roll, Decentraland. So it's quick jump to just share with you a project of like I think a biggest architectural event in whole metaverse. Is the first architect biennale, first metaverse architect biennale for Decentraland. And so now I'm sharing a link in the chat. So if you want to send me any feedback, just contact me, Metaverse Freak. So see you and have a good luck, guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Okay. Well, thank you all for joining us on this town hall, and for those of you who celebrate, a happy holiday. And we will be back for our regular scheduling program on the second Thursday of next month, and really look forward to seeing everyone in the facilitation hours upcoming in December. And thank you all for being a part of this collective experiment together, and for making Decentraland an amazing space, and participating in this governance DAO. Thank you all for being here, and happy day, happy holiday. Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a nice
Happy
day.
Thanksgiving.
See you. Thank you.